What is up, everybody? This is your host Yasin Nizami, your passionate realtor, and today we're going to talk about one of the few worst mistakes that people can do in real estate. So without further ado, let's jump into it. One of the few mistakes that people do in real estate is they treat real estate as stock market. That you can go in a real estate market, keep a house for 6 months or 1 year, and then flip it and then make money. It's not that simple, guys. You need to understand tax implications as well as your liabilities in terms of owning a real estate and buying and selling it, right? Taxes, real estate commissions, staging, marketing cost, and the carrying cost itself. Unless you're buying it, as a cash-in property, you have to pay mortgage or carrying cost, utility bills, and property net taxes and stuff like this. So real estate is not as simple as stock markets, right? So you cannot buy and sell as quick as you buy stock. Number two is a lot of people, they're asking me, hey, the market is so frothy, right? It's an extreme seller market, and I think I should sell my primary residence because I bought it in 2018 and made $300,000 profit, which is good enough. Then I can go on rent, maybe stay on a rental property for a year or so and see the market dips. And then I'll come out and then shop around and buy a decent deal afterwards. Bad move. Or I would say worst move if you're doing it with your primary residence. First of all, this is a very risky move. You never know what market will do a year after. It may continue going up, it may do a little dip, or it may not crash at all. It's very difficult to time the market. Even the expert real estate gurus, they cannot even time the market perfectly either. So it's a very risky move, especially with your primary residence. Even if it's an investment property, it is also a risky move because as soon as you sell your asset, if you're not reinvesting that profit back into something else, then it's a bad move because the currency, if you're sitting on a currency, right, that currency is getting devalued. I've been talking about this in my last few videos. You can go back and check that. Currency has no value unless it is traded with something tangible or something asset. If you're selling an asset and buying another asset, then it's good enough because you're basically reinvesting money back into some sort of an asset. But if you're sitting on cash, it's a worst move you can do in these economic times because every single day, these currency, the paper currency that we know of in our financial system today, it's getting devalued every day. All major 5 central banks, Bank of Canada, Bank of Japan, ECB, European Central Bank, Federal Reserve, they all are printing money, pumping money into the system, and as a result, they are devaluing the currency because they have no choice but to do this in order to stimulate the economy. Doing that, currency is getting devalued. If you're sitting on cash, you're losing. You have to invest that money into something. I don't care whether this is real estate or Bitcoins or stock market or precious metals, you gotta do something. So don't do that. Do not sell your primary residence and go on rent and thinking the market will dip and then you will buy back. It may or may not happen. Even if it happens, then think about other hidden expenses that you're not considering. You gotta pay real estate commissions, you gotta pay the legal fee, you gotta pay the staging cost to sell your property, right? And then you gotta pay the moving cost. You go on and rent out a property, you gotta pay rent for maybe 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, who knows how long you have to stay on rent in order to assess the market. So adding up all that cost, it will eat up your profit margins. Real estate is a long-term game, guys, right? If you look around, all those giants who made money on real estate, they made money by buying and holding the property. You cannot make money by flipping houses like every 6 months. Unless you have a lot of cash that you can buy a property with cash and then sell on cash, then it's a different story. But buying properties on mortgages, you cannot make money by flipping, every 6 months or 12 months. You have to keep that property for long term. What you can do is leverage your investment. When I say leverage, I mean by, if your property is appreciating or it has accumulated a lot of equity, take that equity out and then reinvest into something else. That's how people, increase their portfolio and then increase their wealth, right? Property increases, take the equity out, reinvest into something else, and that's how you are basically leveraging your investment. You should not sell real estate unless you are reinvesting that profit into something else. Because if you're just sitting on cash waiting for something to happen and then you can buy back, it's not a good investment strategy, guys. Because even if the market dips, the currency that you're sitting on it, that also get devalued. So you are a loser in both cases anyway. Don't do that. Always take advice from experts. Do not go on internet and take advice from those people who are just publishing content and yelling that market is going to crash and bubble is going to burst, because those people are just publishing content to get attention and get as many views and likes for their content. They don't have a honest agenda to kind of educate people about what's happening in the market. So don't take advice from anybody else. Always seek advice from people who knows the market, who knows what's happening at the ground level. Educate yourself about these economic situations, the financial market, what's happening and how the monetary policy is controlled by Bank of Canada. So educate yourself, then you should be able to understand what's happening in the market, and then you can make an educated decision about yourself and your financial well-being. Do not sell real estate property unless you're reinvesting into something tangible. That's it for me, guys. I hope you like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any future content that I will be publishing on this channel. And I will see you in my next week video. Take care.